just don't believe in politicians, and I think they have to figure out a way to extract money from politics. They have to do two things. Two things would fix a lot. They have to stop Congress people from being able to fucking insider trade. That shit is insane. When you see the fact that these people are making $170,000,
incredible. She's great at it.
She's amazing at it. She's a wizard at it. But it's not just her. If you look at the chart, that's the thing about it is they all kind of keep their mouth shut because if you look at the real numbers, it's pretty much divided between Republicans and Democrats. Both sides. Yeah, it's both. Both sides are doing it. But that's crazy. They put Martha Stewart in jail for way less. Martha Stewart. They put Martha Stewart, America's mom. They put her in jail for insider trading, and yet these Congress people are completely exempt from it.
But it wasn't them, right? It was their significant other. I'm sure they weren't sharing any information.
Some of it's them.
Some of it is them.
Oh, yeah, it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what bills are going to be passed. They buy a shitload of stock, and they pass these bills, and then this, whatever industry is, goes up, and they make enormous profits. There's people that are making $150,000, $170,000, $200,000 a year, and they're worth $90 million. In any other business, you would be investigated.
Yeah.
And if you were a fucking plumber and you were making $190,000 a year and you were worth hundreds of millions of dollars, people would go, "What the fuck are you doing, Ted?" You know, they would crawl up your ass with a microscope. Where the fuck did you get this money? How do you know all these things? Like, where are you getting this data? How are you able to do this? Oh, you pass the laws? You pass the laws that changes the value of these companies, and then you gamble on that? That's what you're doing? You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Like that should be illegal because you're going to do things to profit that are above and that are ahead. You're going to put that ahead of the better good of the United States. You're going to. They all do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. So that's one. What's the other one?
They got to take money out of politics. They got to take the amount of donations that super PACs and these special interest groups are allowed to give to these politicians and then are completely beholden to them once they get into office. They have to figure out a way to stop that. I mean, it should have never been allowed in the first place. Another thing would be get back on the gold standard. That would be a great move too, but that's too late.
But JFK was trying to do that.
Yeah.
Silver standard.
Yeah. Guess what they did to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see Bobby Kennedy out there. They won't even give him Secret Service protection, which is just fucking egregious. It's so wild. They won't give him. He's the only presidential candidate ever that's been denied Secret Service protection.
3 times, I think, already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just they're so fucking corrupt.
Yeah.
And they're so in your face with it, and no one does anything about it.
Well, you had Bobby on the podcast.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What'd you think of him?
I love him.
Yeah.
I love. Look, forget about the vaccine stuff, which I think he's got very good points about all that stuff. There's real data, and if you read his book, if you read the real Anthony Fauci, you would be sick to your stomach if you know the absolute truth. And if it wasn't truth, he'd be sued.
Yeah.
He's not getting sued for a fucking reason. But just that alone. But then if you forget about the vaccine stuff, you just look at his environmental record, what he did when he was an environmental attorney, when he was suing these companies that were...
EPA,
I mean, they cleaned up the Hudson River because of him.
Yeah.